Hello and welcome back to HR Uncovered. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to ask for a raise. I'm going to provide you with some tips as to what to do and get that raise. So tip number one will be know your worth. And this is something that I have talked about in my prior videos as to doing your homework. For example, you need to check payscale.com, salary.com, Glassdoor. Those three websites are really good resources for you to check as to what similar roles, pay for the work that you're doing according to your experience, to your pay scale, and the field that you're at. So make sure you do your homework before asking for the raise. Once that's done, then the next thing is to have a journal or maybe something on your phone that you write it down. Any contribution, anything that you've done and have been successful, write it down. So if you have led projects and you have been very successful, write those down as to what you've done, the successful rate that you had. If you created processes where you work that saved money and time to the company, write it down. The reason you want to do that is because managers will forget what has happened in the past year, but it is our responsibility as an employee to have those down. So when review time comes, we have every success written down, and then we can remind our managers as to what we've done in the past year. Now, tip number two will be you have to pick the right time when to ask for a pay increase. So, for example, if your company has yearly or semi-annual reviews, this is the time where you can bring all your contributions, everything that you've done throughout the year. But then also keep in mind, consider the company's financial health. So, for example, if the company is not doing well financially, has had some layoffs, maybe that's not a good time for you to ask for a review. And it might be a time for you to think if this is where you want to continue working or maybe look for another job. And then tip number three will be prepare your pitch. So before talking to your manager, make sure you do have questions. You have written down all your contributions that you've done throughout the year. Be prepared for that meeting. And then tip number four will be practicing how you're going to ask. So, maybe you can start us to, if it's the performance time, I like to talk to you about my performance review that is coming up in a month and share, all my contributions. But, maybe the manager might say, this is not the time, not right now. So you need to be patient with that. Okay. And then now, tip number five will be to be open to alternatives. So, for example, you already asked your manager about the pay increase. The company's not doing well financially, or maybe this is not the right time for you to ask. But the company is willing to do something for you. So it might not be, a pay increase, an actual monetary increase, but maybe they will be willing to provide you with a flexible schedule. Maybe more time off, or maybe there's a class that you've always wanted to take, and the company is willing for you to take that class and pay for that class. So make sure you balance things out. Sometimes taking all these extra perks that they're offering, it's better for you in the long run. And then tip number seven is always stay professional, whatever the outcome is going to be. So even if it's a yes or no, or maybe we'll talk later, just stay professional and just be thankful that the manager had the time to talk to you and at least acknowledge that conversation. It's always to stay positive because the manager will remember that, how positive, how a team player you were while waiting for that review. So hopefully these tips will help you, and I'm pretty sure if you follow them, you will get that pay increase. And if there's any other topic that you would like me to talk or guide you, please put it down in the comments, and I'll be happy to do a little bit of research for you. Once again, thank you for being with me. And if you like this video, go ahead and like it and subscribe. See you next time. Bye-bye.